This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. And this birthday boy turned his back on Canada. He was born in Canada, but he decided to be American for a few major hockey tournaments. Well, who could blame him? I mean, he's like Brett Hall. But anyway, he's 65 today, so he is a senior citizen by Canadian law. He was born in Belleville, Saskatchewan, and he was one of only a handful of Aboriginal hockey players in the NHL history. He is Bryan Trottier. He won 4 cups as a member of the Islanders, 2 as a Penguin, surprise, surprise, and 1 as assistant coach of the Colorado Avalanche. He actually holds the NHL record for points in a single period, with 6 in the second period against the New York Rangers, December 1978. Trottier was named one of the greatest players in history. So basically, his father is of Cree Métis descent, and his mother's Irish origin. So basically, he does have some indigenous blood in his body, like I said. Trottier had a younger sibling named Rocky who played for the New Jersey Devils back in the day. So basically, Trottier was good friends with Tiger Williams, but he was homesick and all that. So basically, Tiger Williams helped Trottier get over his homesickness. Trottier played for Swift Current in the WHL, in the Western Hockey League. Trottier was taken in the second round, 22nd overall by the New York Islanders in the 74 entry draft. He actually set the NHL rookie mark of 95 points in a season, and that was broken by Peter Stastny in 1981. He was named the Calder winner in 76. So not a bad time. All that. Of course, the 74 NHL draft is famous for being held by a conference call. And basically, the draft was conducted early and in secret. And that's when Punch Imlach claimed Taro Tsujimoto with the 183rd overall pick. It was validated, but then when Imlach said that it was a fabrication, then things happened. So anyway, we look at players who were drafted before Trottier. I mean, the first pick by Washington in their career was Greg Jolie. I believe that he wasn't the black player. That was Mike Morrison. That Washington wanted to bring a black player to the NHL. And all that. And Washington took Greg Jolie, and he was a bust. Kansas City, with their first ever pick, took Will Paymont, although he would do better things for a few other teams down the line. Clark Gillies was drafted 4th overall by the Oilers, so the Oilers didn't miss a beat and all that. Doug Riseborough was drafted from my Kitchener Rangers. Rick Chartraw, also a Kitchener Ranger, and also drafted by Montreal. Montreal had 5 first-round picks. How? So Montreal got a pick from Vancouver. The 5th overall from Vancouver took Cam Connor. They got the 7th overall pick from St. Louis to take Doug Riseborough. Atlanta traded away the 10th overall pick to Montreal, and Montreal took Chartraw. Montreal's real first-round pick was Gordon McTavish. Yuck. Oh no, and Mario Tremblay. LA's pick to Montreal. Boy, Montreal made a lot of trades. Oh. Dave Maloney, another Kitchener Ranger, was drafted in this pick, Mario Tremblay. Montreal made that trade with Vancouver in 1973. That sent Montreal's first-round pick in 73 to Vancouver for their first-round pick. St. Louis's first-round pick was March 74. That sent that pick to Montreal for Dave Gardner. Montreal traded away Chuck Arneson for Atlanta's first-round pick. Montreal traded Bob Murdoch and Randy Rhoda for LA's first-round pick in 74. Weird. There's Mike Morrison, the first black player in a long time to be in the NHL. He was 19th. Bruce Affleck, no relation to Ben Affleck or Casey, was drafted with the 21st pick. So Trottier was taken with the 22nd pick overall. Not bad. So anyway, Trottier was an icon, especially in '79 when his Islanders were looking like they were going to the Stanley Cup Finals, but the New York Rangers stopped them in their tracks. He did win the Art Ross Trophy with 134 points and the Hart. He was actually the first player from an expansion team to win the award, the Art Ross. So yeah, that was amazing. Trottier was part of the core group that brought the Islanders 4 Stanley Cups. He won the Conn Smythe Trophy in 1980. He was the first of the 4 MVPs, which is ironic because the Islanders had 4 straight Cup titles and 4 consecutive Conn Smythe winners. There was Trottier, there was one year was Billy Smith, one year was Mike Bossy, I think, and one year was I'm thinking Clark Gillies or Nystrom. I think Nystrom won. I can't remember, but anyway, everyone said that Trottier was a better player than Gretzky, especially homegrown people like Stan Fischler and Al Arbor, because they worked with the Islanders. I guess because he's physically tough, Gretzky wasn't. Trottier would play on the Trio Grande line, the best line in New York Islanders history. He would center his fellow stars Clark Gillies and Mike Bossy. So yeah, Trottier and Bossy were basically the big partnership until Bossy's injury from his back problems in '87. Trottier decided in 1984 to join the U.S. for the Canada Cup tournament, despite the fact that he previously played for Canada in the '81 tournament, because he wanted to pay back the country in which he lived and because his wife was American. He actually had necessary U.S. citizenship in '84 because he had Métis ancestry on his father's side. And he had a North American Indian card. I guess that basically is a special card for people, for Indians and all that. It entitled him citizenship in both the US and Canada and a US passport. So basically, that's how he got in and all that. They kind of call him a traitor. But I mean, hey, it's a criticism because, he turned his back on Canada or it's because he was indigenous. Hopefully, it's not the latter. Anyway, Trottier didn't really have much strength and all that. Basically, after 1988, his skills deteriorated. The Islanders decided to get rid of Trottier from his contract, saying that Pat LaFontaine and Brad Sutter were better centers. And they were right in a sense. He is second in Islanders history in goals behind the great Mike Bossy and first in points, which is amazing. He still holds that record, despite him being gone from the Islanders for 30 years. Shows how much the Islanders are. So anyway, Pittsburgh decided to sign him as a free agent for experience and leadership. And he won 2 straight Stanley Cups with them. I had this card with the Penguins in 1991. So, man, that was amazing. Trottier actually decided to leave the Penguins for the '93 season to get to the Islanders in a front office capacity. The Penguins could have used him for '93, especially in the playoffs, because of the longevity. But what was ironic was that Trottier, being part of the Islanders' front office, had his team win the division final against his former team, the Pittsburgh Penguins. So basically, it would have been weird seeing Trottier have to face the New York Islanders in the playoffs, but if it was Penguin. But because of financial problems, he decided to play for the Penguins in the '94 season. And he didn't do that well. Anyway. When he retired, he was 6th in NHL history in points, but he's way down the list. Trottier would play for Pittsburgh of the Roller Hockey League in 1994. Trottier was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame at his first attempt in '97. Trottier got his number 19 retired in 2001. So anyway, Trottier is currently ranked 17th in points, so that's not bad. Islanders fans called him the second greatest Islander of all time behind Mike Bossy. His mother taught Bryan how, because he was half-breed, and was facing discrimination because of his heritage. He brought light to the issue. And his mother's lesson to be proud of his native heritage, which is why he said in his acceptance speech he had to bring the issue. I didn't even know he did that. But anyway, Trottier travels to Aboriginal communities and teaches kids about their heritage and all that. And in this day and age, something's got to be done about it. So anyway, he was assistant coach of the Penguins for a few years, and then for Colorado, he was in 2001 the assistant coach when the Avs won the cup. And then, strange as it sounded, he was head coach of the Rangers in 2002, much to the ire of Islanders fans and Ranger fans too. Let's not forget that. He only had 54 games. All that. Islanders fans hated him for being traded. Ranger fans hated him because he misused his offensively gifted players such as Eric Lindros and Pavel Bure by having them play the neutral zone trap. Trottier had 21 wins, 26 losses, 6 ties, and an overtime loss in his career with the Rangers. A .454 winning percentage. Kind of sucks, don't you think? In fact, Steve Yzerman actually considered Trottier his favorite player, which was weird. And that's why Yzerman was 19. Trottier only missed the playoffs once in his 18 seasons. That was in '89. Trottier has 4 children. Well, he was a member of 7 Stanley Cups. 4 as a player, 6 as a player. Well, 4 with the others, 2 with the Penguins, and then assistant with Colorado. 9 All-Star games. The Calder winner in '76, the Art Ross winner in '79, the Hart Trophy winner in '79, Conn Smythe in 1980, and recipient of the National Aboriginal Award in 1998. So, yeah, I said Swift Current, right, when you played? Yeah, but anyway, 524 goals in 1,279 games with 1,425 regular season points, and in the playoffs, 183 points in 221 games. Not bad. He still holds the Islanders record for most games, points, assists in a season. That's pretty impressive, don't you think? For someone who's really hated in Rangerland and in Islandland too, kind of. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.